one of the Wales games, but yeah, I've been wanting to play this one. It was like it was on sale during one of the spring indie sales, and it reminded me of the character Odo from Deep Space Nine, because he's a shape-shifting chief security officer. But yeah, so I got it. I bought Crystal Chronicles. Like, I had some money put aside because I thought, I figured Crystal Chronicles was going to be like the remaster was going to be like a full price new game, and it was under $30, so I added Shapeshifting Detective to it because my mom offered to buy Minnow's medication, so I had budgeted for buying her stuff. I'm gonna turn that up a little tiny bit. I turned the brightness up because this TV is really dark for things, and I find like Pietra and stuff, like the inside stuff. I'm sitting down, sometimes the light hits it because it's an LCD TV, and I find it difficult. But I figured I'd play it sitting down because I figured I'd play it while drinking tea. But yeah, I figured I'd play it as if I was playing as, Constable Odo. So let's, or Chief Security Officer Odo of Deep Space Nine, formerly Terok Nor. So let's start. It takes about 2.5 hours according to reviews for this game. So we'll see. I might have to change the brightness down. We'll see how it goes. I just find sometimes it's difficult with dark things on this TV. New game. I attempt at Welsh. I was taking Welsh with Duolingo, but I got out of it. What the hell's within Castle?
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch.
A very 60s opening there.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut.
Fuck.
Exactly. Rewind.
I guess I can't play it sitting down. Because I could not.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August
to be
police
fair,
are
Odo
appealing
wouldn't
for
have spoken to me,
information
but he would have
following the
been
murder
like,
of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act.
observing.
Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
Just got a upload error on Uno. I played about a half hour of it the other day.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut. Exactly. Rewind.
the fuck? So I just don't pick either? Like what? I was sure I picked the, you know, who are you one, because I
You're
thought I
listening
picked
to Radio Horrors.
you know,
Dark Nights with
Dispose
Poe
one.
and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock, and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act.
am I just going to keep
Anyone with
having to go through
information
this
about
again,
the murder
or
is
am I
urged
just
to get
going
in
to be
touch
like,
via the
if I
department's
don't press
confidential
anything,
tip
ignore
hotline.
it?
It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
You need to learn to keep your mouth shut. Exactly. Rewind.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut.
Is it waiting for input?
You know why you're here, don't you?
No, you tell me.
The dead girl. And this. What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this time? Splendid. You're going to a town called August. Find Chief DuPont. He's gonna think you're someone else. This person. This is who you are now. Understood? Understood?
Odo's not good at faces.
Splendid.
So,
If someone so much as sniffs that you're different, you'll be deprecated.
Deprecated.
deprecate it, not depreciate it.
We expect you to use your ability. Just don't get caught. And never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news, August resident Mia French is celebrating the return of her missing pooch, Barley. The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy was found outside Daryl's Chicken and Ribs.
And that's 5 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house. There are some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house. The carpet's priceless. Now, how long are you staying for?
As long as it
Yes.
takes.
The chief said it may be a while. I can see you don't mind getting your hands dirty, though. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in. It's just you and some tarot readers at the moment. It's deathly quiet. Yes, the murder. You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you?
Just gotta keep asking questions.
Chief DuPont. He's the one who booked the
Playing
room
dumb.
for you. You look lost. You should probably go and speak to the chief. Your room is just down the hall, last on the left. It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
Just finishing. You don't believe? That's okay. Sometimes life is just a stream of coincidences. Hi, I'm Ronald. Pleased to meet you,
Sam's
son.
a fine name
That's
for
a
anyone.
meeting.
Maybe later.
That sounds super. I'm in room 1 at that sound club. Lorraine's in 2, Lex is in 3. Which room are you in, son? Mysterious. But I know you're in room 4, son. Don't do anything I won't do in there.
Up the hood and walk out into the rain. The Pentonville Road beckons, and I lose myself in the dingy side streets. It's late. Chucking out time in the pubs when the punters headed for the takeaway kebabs and dog meat curries, the few bedraggled tarts stand in doorways offering their tawdry charms without conviction. A taxi speeds by me, splashing me with spray from the puddles in the road. I weave and stumble a bit, just a blow towards the dark end of the street. Footsteps behind me.
This reminds me of like one of those old A&E true crime shows from the 90s and 80s, or 90s and early 2000s.
Within me, the beast snarls and slobbers in anticipation. A couple walk on the other side of the street.
I'm sure there's probably a trophy for listening to all this.
Footsteps behind me cease. I sense he has slipped into the dark of the doorway. The distraction passes, and the game resumes. He thinks he is stalking me, but I have a greater need of a quiet corner than he. From the clatter of the footsteps, there is only one person following me. That is good. I don't know how many the beast could take. I once watched it overwhelm 3 skinheads who thought I was their victim, and they were young, strong, and used to getting stuck in. It was worse the second time. I'd convinced myself I was over it, that I was okay, that I could live a normal life. Wrong. So wrong. At least I knew what to do when the dream started. I was able to prepare, get some clothes together, do a bit of reconnaissance. I couldn't count on being so lucky a second time. It still tore my head apart when the beast came through.
I didn't listen to any of that.
I tried to defy the beast a couple of times, but I learned pretty soon that it was futile. I've had to cut myself off from any close relationships if I wanted to have any kind of worthwhile lifestyle. A steady girlfriend or a wife is out of the question. I simply cannot afford to have anyone around when the beast wakes. Casual relationships have foundered on this rock. You won't let anyone get close to you is a phrase I've heard more than a few times. It's true, and of
That's a really
course,
cool camera
I will not tell
thing.
them why. There's no predictable pattern to it. Years can go on quietly, but I once had to feed the
Not
beast
picking the camera.
twice in 6 weeks. I usually get about a week's warning, so clearly holidays are out. I dare not be anywhere where I don't know the ground well. Work was difficult, so I went freelance as soon as I could manage to earn enough to make ends meet. Then at least that worked out pretty well. Programming makes me good money. I can work from home, and no one misses me if I drop out of circulation for a week or 2. I find myself wondering how many others there are out there. How many beasts? Or am I just one amongst many vehicles for a single slayer? There surely must be others. I cannot believe I am unique amongst all mankind, and if I am, then why me? I've tried to be discriminating in my victims. No true innocents have been fed to the beast, though that first time was pretty close. But everyone since has put themselves in my path. It's a way to live with them in strong.
Just leaving it running because I expect there's probably a trophy.
The Slayer only takes those that the world is better off without. I find a good spot. The entrance to a yard. Deep in shadow, under dark walls with a shuttered double door. Just a drunk taking a piss. I stagger into the killing ground. For a moment, I think the footsteps are going to pass, but he, and it is always he, is just being careful before he doubles back. I take my time, leaning forward, hands on hips. The Slayer quivers with anticipation within me. Hey, mate, you got a light? The voice is higher pitched than I expected, nerves making him speak. perhaps. I turn slowly as if I'm a little off balance. Sorry, I don't smoke. I look him in the face. He looks rough. Sweating, even though it's after midnight and cool. His eyes are glazed over with large pupils. The spots on his neck seem to shine in the distant neon. I can smell his breath, sour with the stink of rotting teeth. A smackhead, I guess, in need of his medicine. Well, he had more choices about his life than me. Fuck you! Give me the money! He pulls out the knife from inside his jacket. 8 inches. Big enough to skewer an elephant. And I'm relieved. I needed to see the threat.
This is a game rated
Open the
T.
gates. Let the Slayer come
Not
through.
M.
Ringside seat as the Terminator or Bruce Lee or Mike Tyson or all three combined takes control of my body.
The ratings board,
away.
you know.
The wild exhilaration of the beast sets my senses on fire, even though I'm riding a pillion. The hunter now becomes the hunted, freezes. My hand seize him with strength many times my own. My right hand crushes his larynx as the left reaches the knife from his, dislocating
Like,
his
what the
elbow.
fuck, man?
Blood
Like,
gushes from his mouth and
it said,
nose.
like,
I
dark
turn
radio
his head away
stories
to
in
avoid the
between.
spray and feel his neck break under my hand.
And I'm like, I expected, you know, like, things like, you know, Lamont Cranston as the Shadow, you know.
Warm surge of energy courses through me, just a trickle of
Because it's supposed to be like a sci-fi, noir
broken
detective
body
game.
crumbles in my grasp.
But, nope.
He has fouled himself. I can smell the shit mingled with the hot blood.
Like, what the
Toss
fuck
the body
is
away,
this game?
expecting it
Like,
to flutter in the air, the torn
I-
wrapper of a toothsome
can I get a...
morsel.
Oh. This is not the type of game I was expecting.
And calling me to the coldness of the night. Time to get out
This
of
is
here.
like the fucking,
Not running. That draws attention.
Wolf
Walk briskly
Among
and
Us demo.
purposely away from the broken heap in the shadows.
That
A
was
long
like
walk to the
cursing
night
and
bus,
cursing and cursing
past a couple
and
of
violent.
stops, missing one
And it's
house.
like, they picked the worst
Thin drizzle
fucking
misses the street light.
part
I
of
pull my hood
the
closer,
game,
seeking
like, because it
anonymity
didn't
in
get
blue
that
eyes
bad,
as I walk.
again, unless you went, like, down a really bad route.
Traffic Square at last, so full of people, none of them knowing an almost post-orgasmic lethargy fills me as I wait in the rain.
This is a teen-rated game.
By the time
What
the
the
night
fuck?
bus arrives, the high has passed, leaving me drained and depressed. And as I think
I want
about
to
the
skip
weeks ahead
this,
of me,
but I'm like, I think there's probably a trophy
paranoid
if I listen
wait
to
see
all
if
of
they're going
them.
to catch me this time.
And I don't want to
I pay
listen
the
to it
driver and head
again.
for the back of the bus, sit by a window and watch London go by as
Yes, tune the radio.
safe home at last. A one-bedroom flat in the most anonymous block I could find. I relax in a warm bath and wonder whether they've found the body yet. Feel the satiated slumber of the beast, and the memory of the assault grows hazy. I long to sleep myself, but everything must be put in order. The clothes I wore are bagged and ready for disposal. I'll take them to the dump tomorrow first thing. Then I'll need to trawl through the charity shops ready for the next time. Because there will be a next time, and another after that. Hopefully I'll get a bit of peace, and my life can be normal for a while, but in the longer term I can see no end to it. I know I can't resist the Slayer's needs, and I have no idea how long it will continue, so I am left with the image of myself 60 years from now, battering a victim with my walking frame to feed the beast. The old man walked down the alley as fast as his arthritis would allow him. He was looking forward to a good long soak in a hot bath to restore the circulation to his extremities, and after that, well, he needed a new coat anyway. He wondered how many times more he would have to do this. It had been a good while since the last. Maybe now he was so frail the beast would release him and grant him peace in his final years. Surely it owed him that. In his heart, he doubted it was over. In 60 years, the Slayer had never been merciful. Back in the deep shadow, beneath the broken street lamp, lay the bodies of 2 young men.
Dreams?
And nightmares.
with Poe and Monroe. Now, this is a particularly interesting one. So this is coming from Merritt, and they say, I'm in a circus, walking on a tightrope across a pool of sharks, but the sharks don't seem to notice me. They're busy playing poker. I fall, but I never hit the water. Now, this in particular, I think, is very interesting. What do you think, Poe?
Yeah, I think it has several interesting elements to it. From the sharks, I mean, often sharks, they stand for perhaps
This is what I
some
thought
danger.
the in-between radio things would be more like.
Perhaps represented as danger of certain people, people that this listener perceives as dangerous to them, and never falling, and then never falling and never hitting the water. I mean, that's kind of lost. You're never reaching your end goal. These are kind of unrelated thoughts. I'm hoping that you, Monroe, as always, can string these things together.
Well, you weren't far off, I'll be honest, Poe, but there are different elements here that I'd like to discuss. It's a crazy experience, and some people love it, some people hate it, but what it actually relates to is being out of control. Now, the tightrope itself, what is one of the main things you have to consider when you're walking on a tightrope? Not that you would know, Poe, obviously, or maybe you do.
I hardly ever. I'm in control. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, there is. The stakes are high.
But what else do you need?
Oh yeah, you need to balance. You need the balance.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So what the tightrope refers to is actually the balance in your life. Now, you were exactly spot on, actually, about the sharks being something negative. But in this case, the sharks actually refer to the negative people that are in your life. So, what I think from what you said about your dream is that you're trying so hard to keep your life balanced and to avoid the negative people in your life.
Apparently.
And I also think that you are worried that
the
if you
PlayStation
stop
app
doing
lists this
everything
as
that
the
you do,
FMV Murder Mystery Bundle.
you detract their attention.
Even though I bought this game separately.
Because they're busy. They're busy in his dream, aren't they?
They are, and you said that the sharks don't seem to notice you because you're just carrying on as normal.
If you've already owned one, if you get a
what I'd like to say to you is that
can you not buy the
maybe you're
bundle
worrying
now?
too much about these negative
Who
people.
knows?
If what you're doing is a positive thing, then you should always be receiving positive things in return.
Apparently the whole bundle.
Person, you don't necessarily need to give them all of your time and your emotions. So perhaps, Marek, you need to
I guess it's just the Shapeshifting Detective and the Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker
Thank you for your dreams.
that are included in the bundle.
Dreams
and nightmares
with Poe and Monroe. So, Helen's written in with her dream, and she said that I was a caterpillar, slowly nibbling on a pair of purple curtains in my bedroom. The sun goes down, and I feel my skin shedding in the darkness. I huddle down and wait for the sunrise, hoping to become a butterfly. But when the sun comes up, I'm still a caterpillar. Now, Poe, what do you think that dream could mean?
Very interesting. So she is a caterpillar, but I would think she wants to change into something else.
It's just going to keep continuing.
But because
I'm just checking
to original shape.
Because it's actually not saving a lot. It's saving
so
like
perhaps
$4.
She's someone who,
if you bought them together, it's 30
but somehow
something for both,
goes
and
back
it's 17
to her old
each.
ways.
You know what? You are so close, Poe. So, Helen, firstly, thank you very much for writing in and speaking to us. I would like to just say to you that what I think is that you want to reveal something private about your life, but you're worried that when you do, you will still be as ordinary as you were before, because the skin shedding relates to personal transformation.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I was close, but your explanation is so much nicer.
Thank you for your dreams. Dreams
and nightmares
with Poe and Mon. We have Gabby's dream. So Gabby said that she's grocery shopping, and when she finally gets to the checkout, there's a huge queue. Now, when she gets to the cashier, she realizes she's left her money at home. And then the cashier makes her put everything back on the shelves, but it never ends. And every time she comes back to the cart, it seems more full than before. Wow. I do like dreams like this, Poe. Please tell me what you think about this one.
Yeah, so, again, there's someone stuck in a loop. I find that always interesting. So it's an unresolved issue.
Very good.
That's sort of something you could say about most dreams that
Yeah, it's just going to continue
There's an
indefinitely.
unresolved issue here, but it's related to shopping, and I'm wondering what the shopping stands for.
Yeah, you
Whether
don't save anything. Like, you actually have to pay the $30.99 again if you want to buy the mystery bundle, rather than the game separately.
She made her put everything back on the shelves. So it's almost someone puts a lot of effort into something, but they don't get redeemed for it. They have to put everything back the way it was.
You know what, Poe? I think you might need a promotion.
to deputy dream interpreter.
I mean, keep going the way you're going, and I might be out of a job.
Oh, we need you, Alice.
Well, so what I can tell you is shopping relates to needs and desires. So, Gabby, what you're having dreams about here, so it's your grocery shopping. So that in particular is a physical need for life. So what we're also dealing with here is the loss of money. What you'll often find with dreams is that the loss of money actually relates to a loss of self-identity. So Poe was very close with what he was saying, because the impression that I get from this dream and from your explanation of this dream is that perhaps, Gabby, you might always be giving more to other people than you receive. A relationship, perhaps, where you feel that others see you as someone else's significant other, rather than actually having your own identity as yourself. Now, for me personally, I believe that every relationship that you have with someone should be equal, and you should be loved for who you are. And maybe that is something that perhaps, Gabby, you might have to challenge in your life. What do you think, Poe?
That's some wonderful advice, Alice, and I think it's
Excuse
a
me.
lot of food for thought for this listener, and I hope she takes some wonderful message.
Thank you for your dreams. You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Yeah, I had enough of that. Oh, Virginia's on sale. It's been on my wish list for a while. I can't see that. Wales. Yeah, Wales interactive bundle. I just want to see how much the whole interactive bundle is, and it doesn't even include Madison Doctor. It's $79.99. Yeah, it's got 6. Night Shift, The Bunker, Soul Axiom, Knee Deep, Coffin Dodgers, and Infinity Runner. Yeah. This one's $49.99. And this has Late Shift, The Bunker, and The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. So this has 3 of them. The other doesn't even have that, so it's like... So yeah, I don't know. But Virginia is on sale. So I guess it's on sale a lot. Like, it's 60% off. And it's only a $13 game anyway, so it's like, yeah, it's been on my list for a while. Purchase, I don't know, I didn't realize that, like, it was on sale. I didn't realize it, because I looked through the sale of, for the summer sale. Leaved, shifting locked.
Dress. That's what it took to pay for that alpaca couch she's bleeding out on. I've done a bad thing, and it's only
So I gotta go talk to the chief, I guess.
Her name was Vanessa Quinn, and she was an onomat, or so she said. I'm not sure I believe they exist. Even now, if she was an onomat, she wasn't anymore.
We're gonna visit the
Good,
chief.
you got my message. Chief Inspector DuPont. I wasn't sure you'd come, but I suppose you're between jobs? Well, we both know that's not true. But I like it. Sam. That's your cover now. So, the job. Dorota Shaw. 21, accomplished cellist, redhead. Strangled. I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers. Because they predicted it. The older one, Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble. I did my best not to lock her up. It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd been smoking something. And that's why I didn't take it seriously. Because things, I don't have enough on her. That's where you come in. The free guest house stay isn't free. I need you to work the case and report back to me. Find out things from the inside. Can you do it? Okay. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license to talk to people, but only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy them. You don't have any real authority, understand? But you help me out, I'll help you. Do I have to spell it out? I'll make your problem go away, or at least sink it to the bottom of a pile of paperwork. Your old town? The problem? Come and find me when you're settled. This is Second Chance Sunday for you, Sam. Don't blow it. What do you want to know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself. Don't read the paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th at approximately 9 p.m, according to the coroner, we got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m. Not much. Perhaps you should do some investigating? In her bedroom, she was naked, strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It was a weird scene to look at. There was one thing, but it's strictly between you and me. Dorota had a gold coin in her mouth. I'm being serious now, Sam. Not a word of this. It's the one thing only the killer would know.
Wouldn't the whole, CSI? I don't know who Violet is.
Do I have an alibi for last night? Do I? Okay. I was here, and there are video monitors that will prove it. Thanks for ruling me out, genius. Board here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady. Where are you going with this, Sam? What's she told you? She told you she's taking pills, didn't she? Let me handle Violet. She didn't kill anyone. Not much. Perhaps you should do some investigating?
She places a softly scented palm on my forehead and whispers, "Because you're an automat now." Yeah.
I'm just gonna go back to the chief and annoy him.
Go and tell the chief.
Welcome to Poe's Curiosity Shop. Today I've brought in a really cool object. So what might this be?
Well, it definitely looks like an alien. And from what I can see, it's like a alien, I suppose, with 2 alien babies. And then it's wearing a hat. And it's made of stone. They kind of look like semi-precious black eyes. They kind of look like lizards with a hat on.
Yeah, I mean, we were making a very good point there with the alien look. But it's quite an ancient object, isn't it? It's not modern.
Not at all.
Seems like one of those things
This
from
one
Animal
is a
Crossing.
sculpture that was found along with several others, similar sculptures, in a tunnel of caves in Mexico. Oh, I picked it up on eBay. It's supposed to be proof that aliens have visited our planet already, or at least Mexico.
Now that's a thought.
But, you know, I just thought.
Kinda concerned why Buddy's four-way flasher's
I think it's
lights lit
beautiful.
up.
That's slightly frightening that it's from so long ago.
To be honest, it might just have been someone imagining that that's what aliens look like. Or it could have been observations. Count something that looks like this.
Perhaps.
Poe's Curiosity Shop is now closed. Welcome to Poe's Curiosity Shop. Now, what could the object I've just handed to you
We talked
be?
to Violet. We're gonna go visit.
I have never seen anything like
Go
this.
visit
You must be a
Rain.
new
'Cause
guest.
it was Lexi
Or you're burglaring us.
or
I'm Rain, by the way. Pleased to meet you, Sam. Enjoy your stay. The hot water goes off at 9, by the way, so it's cold showers from there. I was in my room. Praying, actually. I don't believe in God, but I was still praying. It didn't work. My prayer that the girl would be safe. We did a reading. A group reading, actually, with a special tarot deck. The 3 of us get together and read the same cards. Bronwyn says it makes the whole thing stronger or more powerful or something, but I'm pretty sure I'd get the same answers just on my own. I didn't know her. I know she was called Dorota Shaw. She was young, had red hair, a talented musician.
this guy gives me the creeps.
Next victim? Whoa! Hold on a sec, we don't even know if there's going to be a next victim or not. We'll do another group reading soon, then we'll have a better idea. Mercury? It's not exactly from here. With a normal tarot deck, you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer. The cards themselves kind of change. It's a special deck. I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it.
However, these ones are to invite spirits in.
Oh.
Sam, is it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading. In my room reading, I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank God Lexi saved me. She came to my room to chat for a little while. That was around 9, I think. You can ask her. I said the book was trashy. Look at this place. If her guest house is anything to go by, Violet's the opposite of trashy. We saw it in the cards, not images. Feelings, impressions. Tarot can be very powerful. Not these cards. They only tell us what they want us to know. Chief Dupont thinks I did it. I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise. All I'm asking is that you dig a little deeper than the Chief. I had nothing to do with Dorota's death. We saw danger in the cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam, we're on the same team. Mercury? Sure. I'll just get it. It feels a bit sacrilegious just spreading it out to show you. It doesn't really answer questions, it more asks them. Do you want it to ask you a question, Sam?
Sure.
It wants to know if you're happy being the person you are now. Mercury doesn't agree. In fact, if anything, and I could be wrong, it's suggesting that you're not even the person you're saying you are now. I've only had that reading once before.
Type what refers to is actually the balance in your life. Now, you were exactly spot on actually about the sharks being something negative, but in this...
Hi, Sam, is it? Come on in, make yourself at home. Mi casa es su casa.
Well, they mentioned oldest.
The
I
cards told
thought,
us
you know,
to.
they would be
Well, the
one
cards
really
are
old
main.
one.
Tarot gives us a rough direction and he narrows it down with some astrological jiggery-pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is. No? Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do. I didn't say job. I said job. Okay. We make a cheese obelisk, a chob, and depending on the shape of that chob, we get different answers to questions.
I know you're lying.
I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were painting our nails.
You gotta lie. I see your
No,
nails?
I mean, yeah. I've already cleaned it off. She's like my big sister, so pretty well. No. I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Good old-fashioned fortune-telling. Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed it all together. Do you know what the most dangerous tarot card is? Nah, the devil's cool. The tarot one, I mean, not the actual one. I'm not a devil worshipper. The Five of Swords. I think so anyway. There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they want, no matter the cost. Yeah, I did. Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the Ten of Swords, which is, well, you know. Swords in general are bad.
Yeah, I would think, you know, because death, like usually means like rebirth and that.
Why were they crushed?
Good question. I do not know.
Okay, we visited
You can have it
all.
back.
We
I
know
personally just use it
Bronwyn's
to cleanse
lying,
the sheets.
and Lexi's lying.
Shop is
I assume you've been to see Chief Dupont already? Not really. I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though. Yes, a lamb. Young. Innocent. Lambs get slaughtered, though, don't they?
Yeah, that's not all this is at all. So Dorota was nice.
Nice, yes, that's a good description. Actually, I thought she was a bit slutty, to be honest.
We didn't know her, but...
Sorry. I'm gossiping. I don't want to talk ill of the dead. Ask her boyfriend. Oscar lives at the vicarage next to the church. Don't tell him I sent you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing people already. They're tarot readers. I'm thinking of asking them to leave, actually. Because they may have killed someone. It's not great for my reputation, is it? Stay at Violet's, the home of killers and hobos. I'm sorry, it's a derogatory word, isn't it? But strange people seem to gravitate towards this guest house, Sam. I think I'll get the sign changed. It's the strangest thing. I honestly don't remember. But I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere. I've driven by it, never actually been in it. I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety. I'm a very anxious person. I don't know, Dr. Sam, you tell me.
In fact, I survived because the beast wasn't ready to relinquish his post. I spent 7 weeks in a mental institution trying to rebuild my life, to find a way to live with the intolerable. At first they tried to get me to talk
I'll
about
visit Braun one again. Nope, nothing
discovery
else to do there.
or the endless replays in my head, so they loaded me up with antipsychotics, smothering my brain in cotton wool, and sat me in a...
Find somewhere safe to transition. You're not a superhero.
No plan to
Very
transition.
lucky I was not connected with the police manhunt after the body was found.
It's 6 o'clock, and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act.
And that
Monroe.
didn't load the,
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of
name for
respect
it,
for the victim and her
trophy
family,
image.
this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed.
This is a game,
New
by
dates
knowing how
will be
small
announced
the
shortly,
text was
so
going to
do stay
be, I
tuned
would
to
have
Radio
purchased
August
it.
for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival.
I would have played
Indeed.
it on remote play.
I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there
I don't
may
want
be
to shift between
scattered showers. Best take an umbrella,
Because
Monroe, so you
I'm
don't
playing
get
it
wet.
as Odo, you know. So
I
it's
like getting wet.
He's not
At 6
good
o'clock
at
with Poe and Monroe.
humanoid. Keep investigating. Next chapter. I'll go next chapter. Because I'm not shifting. I'm a shapeshifting detective. And why the fuck is he stripping? Like, he's... These
Right, because the local police are so
things.
rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day. It's typical of them.
Did you see?
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon.
Look how you just up and
work,
leave.
And we were...
Yeah,
you know,
like the
hanging out.
in-between shots where
I
they
left
like
at
focus
about
in on something
5.
and like in thing like him buttoning his shirt
Playing
is
football.
like
It's just right
those
beside.
older you
Finished
know
about
A
9:30. I called her, but she never picked up.
things.
Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other. No, no one. She was really popular. Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music. What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place you could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet. Yeah, it's big enough for two people to have sex in. No falls. Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
Surely must be others. Cannot believe I am unique amongst all mankind, and if I am, then why me? I've tried to be discriminating in my victims. No true...
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright?
Oscar Wainwright.
Yep, that's what he told me too. Not a suspect. Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them.
The thing is, this game is it also picks the killer.
Dorota's an only child. She lived with her mum and dad.
At random at the
Monday
start
night
of the
was movie
game.
night, so they'd go and watch the 8 o'clock at the Odeon. Dorota would get the house to herself. They're devastated, naturally. They left town to stay with relatives. You didn't do it, Sam. Well, perhaps I should have made a mistake.
You're not a very good chief, are you?
Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. Oscar's not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got it in hand. That's it. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates.
I don't
Bronwyn
like
and Lexi
this,
say they were in the same room last
and
night.
Violet.
Shame they can't agree which one. Oscar's not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got it in hand. That's it.
I tell you, the experiment.
Even though I
Odo
try
wouldn't
to
care.
kill you, the hunter now becomes the hunted, freezes. My hand seize him with strength many times my own. My right hand crushes his larynx.
Your ability isn't endless. It will run out at some point.
Hand. The beast drinks in his life force as it spills out, greedily lapping it like a cat at pool of spilt milk.
Is it rain again?
Sam, what can I do for you? We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name. It kinda did. It's hard getting an exact name out of 78 cards. But considering we'd never heard of Dorota Shaw, it painted a pretty good picture otherwise. No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest. Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out the rota. Just... This is going to sound weird.
So it only spelled out one name?
Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveler who died here. Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities.
Yeah, that's a meta comment because this is choose your own adventure style FMV.
We're trying to save people. I said we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them. Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travelers is... Let's put a pin in this one, Sam.
I don't really trust travelers from out of town.
Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it.
Battering a victim with my walking frame to feed the beast.
Hi,
I
Sam.
want to visit
Back from
Lexi because she's
already?
kind of a weak link.
No, I think Bronwyn met him though. This morning, he only wanted to see her. I guess he didn't want anyone else to hear what he had to say. Oh, it's just your run-of-the-mill spirit communication device? Want to know how it works? Cool, okay. So Ouija boards send us messages from the spirit world, right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets and stars in space. The spirit world must be really far away beyond all that. With so far to travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me? Oh, you're sweet. Where was I? Oh, so here's my point. The spirit world is actually several hours ahead of us. That's how we get messages about things that haven't happened yet. That's how we got Dorota's name. Because in the spirit world, she was already dead. I know, mind-blowing. Traveller, that's a really old role-playing game, isn't it? Oh, did you now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel? Cheeky? Are you flirting with me?
No.
God. I'm such a bad judge of character. Just ignore me.
I'm not gonna tell her I know
with a
they,
view to die
she
for.
lied.
Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking. No, I wouldn't know how. I'm a tarot reader, not a medium. Maybe I should have pretended though. Made up some fake message from her to give him some comfort. I don't actually believe in the spirit world. Well, not as you know it anyway. It's Lexi's. I like to think it works the way most metaphysical things work. Through energy. tarot cards, runes, Ouija boards. They're just devices for asking questions and receiving answers. But energy is what powers them.
But it's still not home. I climb over the...
She flaunts herself. Her body. Had boudoir photographs taken. Who do you think those photos were for, Sam? Her mother? Ask Zach Weston. He took them. Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking. At Weston's Photographic, off the high road. It's late, but he's always there. I have a good memory. I'm still holding grudges from when I was 4. Vicar's son? No, as far as closed doors, but you'd never know, would you, Sam?
To you, that what I think is that you want to reveal something private about your life, but you're worried that when you do, you will still be as ordinary as you were before, because the skin shedding relates to personal...
Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. Apparently, Lexi used a Ouija
I thought
board
it might
to
add
get
something where,
the tarot
I got
readers
the Zach
mentioned
Weston
Birmingham.
character.
You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller.
No, I picked no because
Whatever
it's
that
like,
is.
I was like, fuck
Oscar's
no.
not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. And finally, you pulled the name Zach Weston from somewhere, saying he's the town photographer? I've never run into him. Still, I guess I'm not in the papers that much.
It's 5:39. Virginia is.
I honestly...
I doubt you've ever used...
I want to talk to Oscar.
No, not to me anyway. She wasn't into fortune telling or any of that stuff.
This guy reminds me of,
Yeah, Chief DuPont told me. Thinks it's one of them that killed her.
oh,
Bronwyn?
Oh, God.
That's personal.
Oh, what's his name? The guy, the Irish chef guy. Oh, what's pissing me off? I don't know. Maybe I'm buying that game because I haven't seen it that cheap ever. It's been on my wish list since mid 2019. Like $13.49 isn't a bad price for a game, but it's like I can get it for under $6. It's yeah, I can't read those. I sat down again. You asked Bronwyn to
I said I don't want to talk about it.
Leave.
It's in far better shape than he is. I limp past the wreck towards the exit ramp. At the top, a reinforced steel wall now separates the lab's underground car park from the outside world.
I don't really care.
And with my back against it, I may have time to take all 8 shots before Emma reaches me. She's fast.
Yeah, this is what I
Too fast for Jimmy to hit. She tore straight through his gut, pulling out his spine like an afterthought. The screaming lab techs like paper dolls. There's no way I'm dying like that. No way.
I'm gonna visit Rain again. No.
Months ago, the eggheads on Smoke Break told Jimmy that the Emma project had failed. Gene pattern was unstable or some such. Military evaluation, like the rest of Thacker's creations. She had already been here once. It was just a matter of...
Ah, I have to confront one of them.
Plunges into total darkness. The sirens wheeze to a halt before my eyes can adjust. The emergency lighting kicks in. How the...
I'm going to confront Lexi because I feel like there might be undue punishment if I confront Bronwyn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All these rooms look the same. Sorry. I was in Bron's room. Ask her.
She vaults from the puddle at the base of the ramp, her hospital gown smothered in blood. The fourth hits her square in the chest. I put another there, and another.
Oh, she gets easily confused. Youth of today. Fine. Jeeve Tupon was breathing down her neck, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true. To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. If Rain claimed to be doing anything else other than reading on a Monday night, that's pretty much all he does every night.
All standing around me, and they're all crying because I've forgotten who they are. Oh, Rob.
I can't ask her what she was doing.
What do you think, Poe? What do you think this perhaps could represent?
Photos, and the family. So I think there are, there is perhaps Robin has a willingness or wish to reconnect with her family. But it's just not possible for Robin because perhaps there are issues, and it's just perhaps not how it used to be. They want to reconnect, or perhaps they can't reconnect.
Yeah,
it
lost connection.
That they maybe have not attended
so I started recording
their family
recording on the PlayStation.
As the family.
So I'll finish this chapter.
Well,
and then
if I'm honest, you are quite right, that...
There he goes. Got any proof? Good work, Sam. I'm impressed. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Roman and Lexi lied about their alibis. I'm thinking what to do about it. Apparently, Lexi used a Ouija board to get Dorota's name. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is. Oscar's not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got it in hand. And finally, you pulled the name Zach Weston from somewhere, saying he's the town photographer? I've never run into him. Still, I guess I'm not in the papers that much. That's it.
To the sadness.
Well, I hope so, Robin, and thank you for your dreams. You're listening to Radio August, Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Contagion by Ashley Van Hesteren. Read by Adam Day.
Can I choose not to shift? Because I don't
Only
want to.
a virus needs contact. Shared air, a passing germ. Limited. All this needed was an audience to be infected. Here, there's so much theatricality surrounding this demon, this ghost.
didn't. How did you find out? Am I in trouble? Ron was worried about me not having an alibi. She was logged in doing phone readings, so she's alright. But there's nothing to prove that I was here. I was, though. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Sooner or later she would, and there would be a tidal wave to feast upon, and this demon was nothing if not patient.
I was trying to lead her
Ever
on.
present. Till the virus got her,
It seemed like something
until the
Odo would do
sickness
with
spread,
the sting
the demon
operations
could
he's
only
done.
enjoy that girl trapped in his teeth. Prepare for the moment, the tipping point when she would finally cut her strings and fly. There was a process to this. The young, susceptible, high-risk groups already have a home for the demon in their heart. Most people do anyway.
Did it
A
crash?
hollow home.
I have a feeling
for
this
the
game just
whispers
crashed.
to rest, implant, and grow the demon. The demon would grow stronger, too big for its stolen place, pushing lungs out of the way until breathing hurts. He